Sunshine was without a doubt my favorite Mario game of all time. So here's a video of me ranking every stage in the game. So it doesn't include the final plaza because it's just a hub world, not a stage. But this video will include the regular stages, of course, and also I'll include those secret stages like the Lilypad Minigame, for example, just for the full feel of it. So let's get started. 13, the Lilypad Minigame. This is a secret stage and it doesn't really deliver a fun experience. Start off, it takes a very long time to get to the level in general. Assuming you're not doing the unintended way and not any glitches, of course. But even when you do the secret stage itself, it's even worse. The intended way to progress to the stage is standing up on this lily pad and spraying a nozzle to move up, down, left, and right. There are coins will scatter all around the water that kills you. So unless you want to walk on the edges when you miss the coins, don't do the stage unless you want to get 100%. But there is a method to make this stage easier. You get to the end of the stage, I'd recommend still aiming for the coins before you even get to the stage because you could save yourself some time doing that. And so after you get all the coins that you tried to, you jump off, use flood, and get inside of the water. Don't touch the top of the water because the under of the water, it does not have a hitbox, so you will not die. You jump off, use flood, and get inside of the water. If you do it correct and don't touch the top of the hitboxes, then you won't die. You just clip through the water and you won't be hurt at all. While going underwater, you can jump out and collect the red coins. I've seen other people do something different where they don't spin jump out of the water, but I don't remember anything else to do. 12, the Bianco machine minigame. Here's another annoying minigame. It's only slightly more bearable than the Lilypad one. In this stage, you're literally in a Bianco machine. I don't know how the heck that got past the crossing board, but hey, it's a video game. When you're playing this minigame, the controls don't seem to work half the time. Even when you're on the left and the right side of the Bianco machine, they don't decide to work. And I know that it's only the left and right side because when you're in the middle, the controls work completely fine. So it's likely that the creators made it like this way on purpose. And well, as if this stage wasn't even hard enough without the internet's help, looking at you, Noki Bay entrance, this level was just completely unbearable. Oh, and just to add a little insult to injury, if you fall, you go all the way back to the beginning. Perfect stage, Nintendo. 11, the grass minigame. This stage, you really just run through grass and try to collect the 8 red coins, of course. They're scattered all around the place. The controls don't get jacked up every 5 seconds like the Bianco machine. The stage is still kind of annoying because the red coins are scattered all around and they're not really in annoying spots because you just have to kill enemies to get most of the red coins. So this level isn't bad, it's just not my favorite secret stage. 10, the rocket nozzle minigame. Like the grass one, I don't know the name of it. This is your standard linear platforming stage. You always need the rocket nozzle for the stage, and if you're careful then you won't have any problem. Besides you may be falling down and dying, of course, a few times. But if you know what you're doing, then like I said earlier, you're not gonna die. 9, the slide minigame. My favorite secret stage is rather a simple one. You go down this colorful slide and well, that's really it. There's a few parts where the surface gets smaller, but that's hardly even a problem. 8, Serena Beach. The only ghost stage that I guess you could say is in the game. It's not a bad stage per se, but the shines like the Manta Storm and the Mystery Hotel shine suck balls to deal with. The Image Storm is annoying because they just flood the whole place. And then when you hit the Manta enough times, it scatters around into some more small versions. It takes way too long to do. But I digress about me saying the Mystery Hotel because it's actually a super easy glitch. You can do to skip the whole secret section. You'll have to get a banana from the guy on the bottom floor, hold R and spray, and then use the spray nozzle, backflip, hold back until the banana. Then you'll simply creep right through the glass, skipping the whole entire confusing section. But the secret stages are pretty fun in my opinion. So it's not a bad level per se, it's just not my favorite because it can be pretty annoying at times. 7, Gelato Beach. This is never a fan favorite in this game and I honestly see why. It's obviously not a bad stage like Serena Beach though. Dune Blood Castle Shrine has a fun but pretty simple secret stage. The Mirror Madness is for some reason a shrine that most people don't seem to like very much. I wouldn't say it's a great shrine, but it's not as bad as people make it out to seem. The regular boss fight is kind of annoying, but it's still doable, of course. The Saber is the most common complaint about the level because people never ever like it. But I think it's actually pretty fun when you know what you're doing. When the bird flips over, that's some annoying crap to deal with. It's also rather a simple, small stage compared to the other ones, not including the secret stages, of course. My favorite shot in the stage is definitely the race with El Pantismo. But the Watermelon Festival shine sucks hard, bro. You just have to hit the watermelon 5,000 times, and it does from every little thing. But the stage is still okay, I guess. It's just not my favorite. 6. Bianco Village. I feel like this is a stage in Mighty Sunshine that's kind of in between the like to dislike ratio. Half the people say it's a good stage, and half the other ones don't. I wouldn't either say it's bad. I wouldn't say it's good either, but I'd say it's just okay, I guess. See, as I thought Gelato Beach was okay, I think the same thing obviously has to go with this one as well. Change Up on Chain is a fun but simple shine. The Goopy Inferno sucks, but there is a method to make it easier. Basically, you get hit by one of them enemies, and since you're able to go into the fire, just dive fast and then go into the mushroom. From there, it's basically just platforming to get to the shrine. It's a rather large stage compared to Gelato Beach and maybe Serena Beach's hotel itself, but personally for me, the Change Up on Chain is my favorite shine in the stage though, so yeah. It's a good stage, but it obviously isn't as good as the others. 5. Corona Mountain. I feel like this stage gets way too much hate. It's simply because of the boat section and its linear level design. And sure, there's also some people that say the boss fight sucks, but I don't think it sucks. It's just not the best compared to some others. Beginning of the stage has you jumping from platform to platform while they all have fire on them. You have flood, so you have to spray the water and move to the fire, and then move to the platform quickly. And then don't let the fire raise up. You can skip huge chunks of the stage with a spin jump and triple jump and whatnot, and then you use flood. Not to purposely plug, but I did do a speedrun of this specific stage a few months ago of Corona Mountain, and I used the spin jump technique to skip a bunch of the stage. Well, not a bunch, I'd say about 10%, maybe, not even, probably like 7 to 8%. And perhaps the most common complaint about the stage is really just the boat section. You spray your nozzle left to go right, right to go left, behind to go up, and obviously up to go back. At first this was very annoying to deal with, but after I got the hang of it, it was pretty simple. And finally the boss is really just in this cloud section, and for the final section, you literally just grab the rocket nozzle and shoot yourself up. And you can also spray the clouds to make them bigger, to just make something even easier. And for the final boss, you just shoot it to the sky and ground pound to the center of. You decide to do this about 5 times to finish the boss. So yeah, it's a good stage, but the one letdown is, I guess you could say, would be the boat section. 4. Bianco Hills. Most of the time, people's favorite stages in video games are always the first stage. Well, I'd say platformers specifically. But for this game, the first stage isn't my favorite. It's the 3rd largest stage in the game and isn't really linear. The PD Piranha fight is fun to do as well, and the Hillside Cave secret is one of my favorite secret shines in the game. That includes my highest praises. The refight of PD Piranha sucks, and it's really just a lazy choice, and the refight is so annoying because PD Piranha is always getting in the wrong spots. I always hear people say that the blue coins are obnoxious in every single stage in Mighty Sunshine, but with this stage, I don't really think the blue coins are hard. Especially since you can do all the blue coins in one shine, the 8th one. And they're rather simple to collect, because obviously it's the first stage. But the 8th shine isn't really that annoying as some people make it out to be, like a bunch of the other shines that I've talked about. And the red coins of the village shine is rather simple, but like the other shines, it's still pretty fun. But the refight of PD Piranha throws me off and makes me not want to continue playing the game if I die. 3. Rico Harbor. Like Bianco Hills, the refight is basically the same as the first shine. In Bianco Hills, the 5th shine was the refight, and same thing goes for this one. You fight a blooper and you have to spray his weak spot and then grab it. But he'll smack you if you don't break off some of his other arms. That's pretty rude. But I find the refight to actually be more fun despite it being the same thing, but over a water on a high platform. I'm not sure, I just find it to be more fun. For honestly, kind of like particularly no reason. Blooper Surfing Safari is one of the best shines in the game, and there's so many routes to climb your way up to whatever shine you're doing, like using the maze-like section or the boats. Levels got some well-hidden secrets as well. The hidden part doesn't really go for the 1-ups since they're kind of simple to find. Most of them are just in boxes, but there actually is quite a few. And even if the stage is filled up with water, you basically need it because you can run out of water, of course, because you have flood. Or you just use the fountain, but screw that. 2. Pinna Park. As the name demonstrates, you're on a park. This stage introduces Yoshi to the game. While the secret stage in that shine that introduces Yoshi isn't my favorite, it is the Yoshi's Island style, so I actually do think it's pretty cool. The only shine that I don't really like is the roller coaster shine, and the 100 coin shine ain't too shabby either in this stage. which is sunflowers and Yoshi go around and shine, are two pretty simple ones, not counting the secret stage. And I don't find them to be annoying to do like the roller coaster shine. The run right Ferris wheel isn't as hard as some people make it seem to be. And it's actually pretty simple in my opinion. I actually do have some fun when I'm playing the pirate shine, because people always make it seem like it's a terribly hard shine. But I just find it to be a fun one. 1. Milky Bag. Even if the stage is infamous because of its blue coins, it's still a fun way, and you can really just easily cheese most of them. This is always people's least favorite stage in the game, possibly Corona Mountain is their least favorite, but I think that people like this stage a little bit less, so I'm not sure because that doesn't go for every person. This stage has most platforming out of the 13 stages in the game, and this level is it's honestly like a giant troll most of the time when I play it. And the blue coins were rather fun as well, like the stage. And like I said earlier, people make the blue coins seem worse than they are. People also don't like the Ely's Melt Dentist shine, but I actually find it to be pretty fun, as I've said like 4,000 times now. But one of my favorite shines in the game is the red coin bottle shine, and that obviously is in this stage. But the only thing I don't really like about the stage is that the El Pantissimo race is way too easy. But the view is really nice, and the blue coins, like I said earlier, it's probably like the 402nd time, are pretty fun. So that's the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and watch another on screen if you did. This video, I'm going to say it's likely going to be a short one. I'm doing this for no reason, but I'm going to say this video is about like 6 to 8 minutes. So we'll see. Peace.
I had to sit you down so we could talk about this. I don't want you to just look at me and sit in silence. I got me, my brothers, Gucci down, ain't need no stylist. I won't settle for no less till I got Rolex on my wrist. Till I got Rolex on my wrist, and I call that perfect timing. And she wanna be my bitch, but I only love these. Took a lot of time to shine like this, only true.